Invader Sin, Mr. Fox, and fouled out. And our non-skating officials for this evening, making sure that the paperwork, the shoulder pads, and the potty stops happen, is Dax Ex Machina, Dr. Reva Song, Danny Mao, Espresso Barbini, Dragonfly, Thistle Hurt, Veruca Salt, Cardinal Payne, Scathing Grace, and our head non-skating official is Soul Stealer.
So it is then, ladies and gentlemen, we introduce the visiting team, the Whenua Fatales. Skating on out, it is number 10, Loose Unit, number 17, Barack Obama, number 197, Braid Runner, number 24, Paddy Wacker, number 28, Battle Panda, number 45, Crystal Crusher, number 500, Bad Wolf, number 539, Chicken Little, number 64, Smurf Threat, number 69, X-Rated, number 711, Crazy Crab, number 81, Scrappy, number 85, Hot Rod, number 9, General Lee Dead, with Barbed Wire, Ship Stirrer, that was Ship Stirrer, and Sir Rated Edge on the bench. Ladies and gentlemen, the Whenua Fatales.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bringing it back to backwards pants. Give it up for the Richter City All-Stars. Making her debut tonight in at number 9 is the Flying Kiwi. Gale Force in at number 1. 101, she's really lovely, but she's tough bickies. 109, don't mess with her or she'll sting you. Tino Turner in at 1, 2, 3. Bonnie Collide, number 13. 162, Bailey's Comet. Sure Trouble at 26. Vicious Veggie in at 33. She can't find her webpage, it's 404 Nerdiator. Renegade Reader at 41. Clear the decks, number 412. 5 is Suffragette, our captain for this evening. 666, she's hard to miss, it's Princess Slayer. And Bubble O'Kill in at number 9. Holding it down on the bench for us in Richter City tonight is Rusty, Pound, and Growl. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Richter City All-Stars.
Both teams' chance done, dusted. The Whenua Fatales, they make their way out in the track. RCRD girls make their way out in the track. That can only mean one thing with 2 jammers on the jammer start line.
And that looks like a Braid Runner lining up for Whenua Fatales alongside of a Princess Slayer. Braid Runner with a bit of support here trackside. But it's Slayer out in front as lead jam.
Yeah, nice move from the outside part of the main straightaway there. Slayer wasting no time getting on through, picking up lead jam.
Oh, and Princess Slayer finds a beautiful gap through the middle. Braid, however, finally makes her way through.
So 4 points then being added to the Richter scoreboard to kick things off.
And Princess Leia calls off the jam.
Yeah, seen enough, called it off.
Now you'll note that number 500, Bad Wolf, is back out on the track.
Yep, double duties.
Double duty.
Exactly.
Big ask. 2 solid games. Beautiful work by Bubble O'Kill. Calling to the pack, setting it up. Trying to find a line through.
And just a 2 blockers.
Manages to do so.
Yeah, gets on through, picks up 4 points. And
sorry, that's Flying Kiwi, not Bubble O'Kill. My bad.
all good.
Sorry, Kiwi. Debut game for Flying Kiwi tonight, ladies and gentlemen. For Richter City.
Yep, of course, Braid Runner then exiting the penalty box, makes their way back out on track. Gets on through quite quickly, which is what she wants to do.
Flying Kiwi now calls it off.
As I mentioned in the first game, all the really good jammers, they know exactly where the opposition or the opposing jammer is, and you saw there Kiwi just looked across the track. She knew that the other jammer had made their way back on track and just thought better of it and called it off. So bit of a tactical move, I guess.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's Nerdiator lining up to jam for Richter City.
It does look like Nerdiator, not that we can really see through a plethora of skaters in front of us. Oh, nice move by Nerdy, just on the outside part of the main straightaway. Gets on through lead jammer, Richter City.
Some lovely footwork there, though, from Whenua Fatles. Hot rod at 85.
Yep. Met solidly there by some good defense into turn 1.
Nerdy now. Oh, lovely work. Lovely work. Nerdy on one leg.
Yeah.
Nerdy on 1 foot, calling it off.
Yeah.
Look at her, she's white and nerdy.
Very good jammer to watch, Nerdiator. Love her work.
(4-1-2), clear the decks. Is doing that. She's clearing the decks and heading off to the sin bin.
Yep. Richter defense then going to work through turn number 2.
Braid Runner jamming again for Whenua Fatles.
And they're giving her plenty to think about too. Again, not
recycling her and sending her a long way back.
That's good defensive work there from Richter City, and that's number 4-1, of course.
Renegade Rita
doing some good positional one-on-one blocking. And again, the Richter girls just making life ever so difficult for Braid Runner to get on through.
Dex now feeling the pain of getting put out and recycled a long way back, but manages to find a line through the inside.
Both the Fatales and Richter defenses working overtime down the back straightaway. Slowly now the pack coming through turn number 3.
Braid Runner just not finding a way through at all. Having said that though, Dex is struggling as well. That's Braid Runner through the pack. Looks like it was hard work.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. But lead jammer status is still with Richter City.
Both jammers, both packs making life incredibly difficult for these jammers. As Dex finds a gap through the middle, and that'll be the 2 minutes. Now, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, somewhere out there is the lovely Raven Mad. If she can hear me, she should wave her hand so everybody can see where she is.
She is here.
She's here somewhere.
We know she's here.
She's my ride home. She better be here. She there? And also Lens Flare. Now, they are looking after that raffle, which will be drawn at half-time of this game.
Yeah. So we then get this one underway.
And that looks like Nerdy out in front.
Yeah, just use the inside line of track number 1. Nicely did Nerdy. Gets on through lead jammer.
Bad Wolf found a nice line as well. Oh, lovely work by Nerdy. Staying up. Calling that jam off. Now don't forget that raffle is the coffee chill pack.
That's it.
Which
this one here?
Yeah, which is your Collab Cafe voucher out in the hut, the Richter City shirt, the coffee and the plunger.
Yes.
The other one is the tattoo voucher for the gallery tattoo parlor.
Yep, that's my favourite.
And you get a t-shirt there from Jake in Shadows, who is one of the fabulously talented artists there.
Good. I'm going to follow him.
And you also get the choice of the Iko bag of goodies, which I would strongly suggest is full of unicorns.
Yes, very much unicorn flavoured. I think we need to turn our attention back to the action on track.
Now that looks like Flying Kiwi out in front as lead jam.
Yep. And it is then 8-1 jamming. Scrapping away. Yep, for the Fatales and
living up to their name.
Well, the Richter defense has just given her plenty to think about. Finally gets on through, but not lead jammer. That goes the way of Richter City, of course.
Kiwi comes back around.
Oh, nice move there by Kiwi, just on the outside part of the back straightaway, just slicing on through, picking up 4 points for her effort. And 2 points being added to the Fatales tally. Takes them on to 7 with Richter City All-Stars on 41. We're just on 22 minutes to go in this first half. As we get this one underway, and of course jamming for Richter, it's the unmistakable height of Princess Slayer jamming for Richter.
Paddy Wacker jamming for Whenua.
Oh, that was a big hit.
I tell you what, I felt that from here.
Yep.
And you know who else felt it?
Oh, I think the skater.
Braid.
Yeah, I
Braid
think
Runner
so.
definitely felt that. You'll feel that one in the morning.
Woof.
You know what might help with that though?
I was just going to say that's a beautiful segue into some of our
Isn't it
amazing
great?
sponsors.
Isn't it great how it works
Mate,
out?
I love your work.
You can head on down to Form Massage Therapy and get that straightened out.
Yes.
They're one of our long-standing sponsors.
Sponsors, yeah.
Yeah.
Garage Project shouldn't be too far behind, I wouldn't have thought.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Garage Project's all good.
Yeah. So we've got a very much almost stagnant pack coming down the back straight away.
Slayer now coming back around. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Raven Mad over here, and she is looking after raffles.
See, we told you, she does exist. We weren't just making up a name. She's here.
Slayer and Braid now coming back around to the packs.
A little bit of J on J action as we head
Oh,
nice.
Look at that. Like a hot knife through butter.
Princess Slayer taking the inside line runner off of turn number 4. Just made that look oh so easy.
And Braid now as well, getting loose to the packs. Oh, and Slayer again. Just sliding through.
Beautiful skater to watch. Princess Slayer in full flight. Nice little apex jump there off of turn number 2. Lands it. Inbounds, upright. All the requirements ticked. And 4 points for her effort.
As Braid Runner is recycled a long way back. That is the end of the jam. Now, speaking of jam, if you're in need of a new hairdo, You could go and see Bryce and the team at Jam here.
Oh.
And you will always come away from them looking absolutely fabulous.
Even this mug?
Even that.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure they could salvage your hair too.
Yeah.
They are also another one of our long-standing friends here at Richter City Roller Derbies.
Yes. So just making sure that things...
It's a shoulder pads emergency.
Yeah, it's a shoulder pad emergency.
It is a shoulder pads emergency.
Just making sure things are as they should be. And some track maintenance going on there on the outside part of the main straightaway.
It is a perfect opportunity to slide outside and grab yourself a sausage.
Thank you. I'll be doing that at halftime.
You can get them with onions.
Ooh.
You can get them with tomato sauce. Ooh. And you can get them with mustard. Now, are you onions on top or onions underneath? You're not worried about health and safety?
I don't know if it hit New Zealand shores, but I will tell you.
We got that story.
I will tell you the next break. So we get this one underway then.
That is a very, very strong start by Hot Rod and
nice.
Flying Kiwi. Both jammers through the pack strongly.
Yeah, Hot Rod's seen enough though and called it off. Is that the first time we've seen Hot Rod on track tonight jamming? Because if not, that was an explosive start and then some.
It was an amazing start in the jamming, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Fantastic piece of work.
So it is in a team timeout from Richter.
Somebody over there needs a potty stop.
A potty stop, exactly. So back to my story with I like my onions on top. Now, back home in Australia, and you'll probably think, silly Aussies, we had a thing where the Bunnings sausages back home are massive. And someone actually dropped their onions on the ground, slipped, broke a collarbone, and they want to sue to the point where onions and sausages at Bunnings become banned.
We picked up part of that story.
Someone in the crowd said, how ridiculous is that? Right?
We did pick up part of that story, and they were talking about having to, the community groups that come in and fundraise at Bunnings and stuff, having to fill out like health and safety forms and proving that they can put the onions underneath.
Yeah.
So then you go bread, onion, sausage.
You know that emoticon where the guy's just got his hand in his...
Yeah, the whole thing's just a giant face palm for your whole country, mate.
Yeah, pretty much.
Australia, face palm yourself.
Australia, just stop. Just stop. Eat your sausages and your onions however you see fit. So,
we don't judge over here. However you stack your onions, your sausages, your sauce.
Just give it to me.
Just head outside and grab one from the Richter City peeps.
That's it.
Get after it.
So that's the end of team timeout. For those that might be joining us for the first time, each team has a certain amount of timeouts per half, and they only go for 1 minute. As we get ourselves set.
And that looks like 404 Nerdiator jamming for Richter City.
That certainly is. Oh, unfortunately though.
And Scrappy in the mix, jamming for the Whenua Fatales.
Yep. It's a good opportunity for Scrappy to hopefully get some points. It is a power jam now for the
Nerdy,
Fatales.
what did you do?
Nerdy's in the penalty box.
Naughty Nerdy.
Naughty Nerdy.
Scrappy now. Living up to the name.
That's it.
Doggedly just trying to get through there.
Yeah, the Richter defense giving her all sorts to think about and making life really, really difficult. Again, knocked to the outside part, knocked to the inside of...
You got to wonder if a Scooby snack would make a difference right about now.
Possibly.
Just working back and forth, trying to find a gap, but those Richter City defenders are not giving an inch.
Yeah, the waterfalling and reforming from the Richter defense is something to behold. It really is, and it's giving...
Nerdy now.
I was going to say, it's giving Scrappy a ton to think about. But release out of the penalty box, back on track. It is 404, that's Nerdiator.
Oh, and the Whenua Fatales pack, making it difficult for Nerdy to find her way through. .28 taking a nasty tumble. But Battle Panda's back up.
Yep.
Good to see.
Good stuff. Of course, whilst all that was going on, I should say, Nerdiator just skating on around and racking up the points.
And it looks like Scrappy is in the sin bin. Having a wee think. And that'll be the end of the 2 minutes for the jam. Now, if you are a skater and you're looking at your gear and you're thinking it's looking a little bit raggedy, one of the best people you could talk to sort your gear out would be our very own Tino Turner.
Yes.
Tino runs RCRD, which I still find really difficult to say. And
Don't even get
it is one of the coolest skate shops around. They have everything you're going to need to be able to get in the mix. Now that is Flying Kiwi out in front.
Yeah.
As lead jam.
Made it look pretty easy, did Kiwi there. It's all about the point scoring pass that the initial pass is done and dusted. Gets on through, picking up 4 points.
Scrappy getting recycled a long way back. Manages to find a way through.
A nice little twist and turn off of turn number 2 there. Gets Scrappy on through.
And Flying Kiwi calls off the jam before Sorry, that's not Scrappy. That's Loose Unit. Sorry, Loose.
Thank God someone in the crowd is watching because we weren't.
And that is Princess Slayer lining up across from Hot Rod.
You know, 8-5 Hot Rod. We got that one right.
Sorry, Loose. Slayer coming back around. Hot Rod now calling it off.
The bench were quite vocal in letting Hot Rod know exactly what they wanted her to do.
Now, one of the raffle prizes that you can win. Oh, the Hobbits are on the march again, and it is time for the Eye of Sauron.
Yeah, it is an official review being called by Richter.
Now, one of the raffle vouchers, or one of the raffles that you can win by purchasing a raffle ticket from either the lovely Raven Mad or a Lens Flare, is a voucher for the Gallery Custom Tattoo.
Ooh.
Now, they specialise in custom tattoos to suit all of your ink wants and needs. Now, I've had work done there recently by Richter City's own Boohoo, who is a fantastically talented artist. And I have to say that out of all of the places I think I've ever been to get tattoos done, it's probably one of the most welcoming environments that I've ever had a tattoo done in. They made me hot chocolate.
Whoa.
That was cool.
That's really cool. I think,
and they gave me lollies.
Yep. I think that's half the battle too, especially if you're getting inked up for the first time. It is somewhat daunting. I think if you can make an environment that's welcoming and calm, then I think that's half the battle.
I mean, I've had work done in a typical place where there's heavy metal music playing, and that was all good, but I have to say that my experience at the Gallery Custom Tattoo was just such a step above any other place I've ever had ink done. So if you were to win that raffle prize,
this one in the middle,
I can highly recommend them as a place to go and get your ink done or retouched, freshened up, added to.
What sort of work would you say that they do? Do they specialise in anything specific? Is it more?
I think it's a case of each of the artists does a different thing. There's a really strong kind of watercolor element to a lot of the work that gets done. But having said that, there's also a lot of really nice black and grey and realism, and you know, it just depends. You know, you'd go in and have a look at the portfolios of the artists and work out who you need to talk to get your work done.
Sounds like a plan. So if that sounds like you, ladies and gentlemen, you think that might be a prize that you would like, you know what to do, buy a raffle ticket, and this little baby here in the middle that I'm pointing at could be yours. So we get this one underway then.
2 Richter City blockers on the patch.
Yeah.
And 197 Braid Runner. Out there as lead jammer.
And a power jam start, more importantly, for a Braid Runner as well.
Braid Runner getting recycled back. And Gale Force off to this penalty box to think about what she did.
And meanwhile, Braid Runner picking up 4 more valuable points to add to the
and Slayer with a beautiful line on the inside. Braid Runner calling it off from the floor.
Yep.
You got to do what you got to do, right?
You got to do what you got to do. So a quick score check. Whenua Fatales on 20 with the RCRD All-Stars 86 with just under 13 minutes remaining in this first half. Been an entertaining match so far. Big points, plenty of hits.
It's been some fantastic work fantastic work done by both teams.
Yeah.
So far, you know, it's always fascinating watching roller derby.
Yep. So that looks like 404 Nerdio the champion then for Richter City.
Looks like she's having a hard time working her way past that Whenua Fatales wall.
And gets on through. Lead jammer Richter City.
A couple of Whenua Fatales players in the bin, contemplating what they got wrong.
Yep. Nice little hit to the outside part of turn 2. Sees Nerdio to then recycle deep back into turn number 1. Whoop. There's a nice little move then from Nerdio to there on turn number 1.
Just twisting and turning and just sidestepping essentially her way past.
Yeah. Nice move. Slices on through the inside part of turns 3 and 4, picking up another 4 points.
And there's been a panty pass. 24 Paddywhacker is now.
Yep.
Was briefly the jammer for Whenua Fatales.
For a second.
Just for a wee moment.
That's it.
Put it on, try it on, see how it feels. We don't judge here.
And that's it. Nice little move back here in that previous jam. Nerdio just, when she got recycled back into turn 1, just stuck the left foot in to see if she couldn't get the blocker to move forward. A lot of jammers don't, and they see the blocker come back and they hesitate and they jump on track. Of course, that blocker then creates a cut track. A lot of the jammers are doing that now to try and confuse the blocker.
See, I just thought she was doing the hokey pokey.
That's it.
Flying Kiwi now out in front of lead jam, but with Bad Wolf in hot pursuit.
So it is 5-0-0 lead jammer then for the Fatales. That's Bad Wolf. Of course, doubling up today, skated in the first game. Come back to skate in the second game. That's a pretty decent effort.
Kiwi now finding a way through.
Yeah, and did so, picking up 4 points for her effort. Lots of communication going on track there.
Bad Wolf finding, oh. Bad Wolf calling it off.
Yeah. Lots of communication going on track. There was one call there to call it off, and the reply was, I'm not lead. That'll do it. Of course, if you're not lead jammer, you cannot call the jam off. Sometimes it happens, and the jam gets called off, and the referees will very quickly congregate in the middle and go, what the hell were you thinking?
Now that looks like Princess Slayer lining up for Richter City to jam.
It certainly is.
And Paddywhacker lining up for the Whenua Fatales.
Yeah.
Trying to find her way through. Slayer now as lead jam. And off to the bin, I believe, cutting the track, allegedly.
Unfortunately for Princess Slayer, it was a cut track. Not to be outdone. Also cutting the track. That's 197.
Braid runner.
So you know what this means. She will sit. And that, of course, then releases the Richter jammer, of course. Princess Slayer back onto the track. So we get this one back underway now. The pack's a little bit of
lovely
speed
little
about it.
hop, skip and a jump.
Yeah, apex jump completed, 4 points picked up.
Slayer now coming back around.
Oh, nice.
Lovely work by Braid Runner.
And pretty happy with her work too. Braid Runner coming off of turn 4 there. Nice little move.
Oh, and a lovely, lovely little check from Bailey's Comet there as Slayer with another little step jump. Oh, and again, just some more beautiful work. Braid Runner finding the lines and the gaps. Oh, lovely tiptoeing by Slayer.
Yep.
Just dancing right along the line. Give it up for both of these jammers, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
They did that was a fantastic jam by both of them.
So it's just under, just a little over 6.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Richter City well and truly pulled away, 126. And the Fatales on 32. As we get this one underway.
Flying Kiwi now out in front as lead jam. Bad Wolf, recipient of a star pass. And that jam gets called off.
Yep.
Tell you what, there'll be some sore, tired bodies out there. They could head on down to Tiaro, Physio and Pilates. Now, the reason I say that is because Pilates is all about stretching.
Yes.
And just kind of getting your muscles to remember that it's okay to relax. And often, after you've taken those impacts, that's actually what it's about more than anything else.
The muscles tend to go, what the hell were you doing to me yesterday? Like, what is that?
Exactly, and a visit to a physio with Pilates might be just what the doctor ordered.
And just what the doctor ordered for 404 and Nerdy 804. Richter City is lead jammer, and that's exactly what she's got. And wasting no time getting around the track.
And Hot Rod now.
Yep.
Finally through the pack. Nerdy calling it off.
Yep.
With a smile on her face.
Bit of a helping hand there from 197, of course, Braid Runner. Seeing a fellow jammer go down, offering a hand to pick her up. Always good sportsmanship when you see that sort of thing happening.
It's great. Now, just a reminder, we will be drawing the raffle at half-time of this game. So you're running out of time to get your tickets. Paddywhacker out in front as lead jammer.
And of
Clear
course,
the decks.
Yeah, clear the decks there, jamming for Richter City.
And the jam gets called off.
Whoosh. Whoosh. Interesting start there from Richter City, and I'll explain a little bit about that when we get a chance. So it is then jamming.
Princess Slayer
Princess
around
Slayer.
the outside.
Yep.
I like the Trailer Park Girls of old. Scrappy. Jamming for the Fatales.
Yep.
Trying to find a way through.
And met solidly by the Richter defense coming through turn number 2. Princess Slayer grabbing the points. I was just going to say on that previous pass, all 4 points available. We don't have any more Lama Jap point. Lama. What am I trying to say?
I
Jammer
actually
lap
don't
point.
know. Jammer lap point.
Doesn't exist. Gone. Scrapped. Out. Done. Dusted.
Speaking of scrapped, where's Scrappy?
Well, she's
Still working through that pack.
She's
Scrappy by name, Scrappy by nature.
well, she's doing an absolute damnedest to get on through.
There it is.
There's the gap that she was looking for. Gets on through.
Well done, Scrappy.
Yep.
Oh, lovely. Lovely gap cleared for Slayer. Couldn't quite follow through, capitalise on it. Manages to capitalise on it now. Oh,
unfortunately for Slayer, it's a penalty. I don't know what the penalty was, so cannot comment. Therefore, I will not. So the action then is back on turn number 2.
Scrappy coming back around to the packs.
Power jam then for Scrappy, so good opportunity for her to pick up some points.
If she can find a way past.
Yep. Good bit of defense there from Braid.
Yeah.
Just trying to open up some gaps there for Scrappy. Nice.
Bad Wolf now.
And
with the star pass.
Completed star pass, there you go.
And that's the end of the jam.
Yep.
Coming down into the last minute of this game, which means that you only have another minute or so
to buy
a raffle ticket for one of our 3 fabulous prizes.
Yeah, awesome.
The bag full of unicorn.
Yes.
The bag full of tattoo and chocolate.
Yep.
And the bag full of coffee.
Coffee. Yeah.
Wake up.
Exactly. So that looks like 85 Hot Rod then jamming for the Fatales, and indeed it is. Meanwhile, back on track, jamming for Richter. It is.
Clear the decks.
Yep, clear the decks.
Trying to find a way through. Manages with some tiptoeing, twisting footwork. Hot Rod back. Can't find a way past. Calls it. Which means that we will have at least one more jam in this half.
More than likely.
More than likely. If they get it started in the next 10 seconds or so.
No. I thought so.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the first half of another entertaining game.
Very entertaining game.
Roller derby here tonight. Now, you got another couple of minutes or so
money right there.
Yeah. Alrighty, as both of the teams take to the track,
Yep.
we're going to settle in for the second half of what has been an awesome game to watch.
Yeah.
Can't quite see who's lining up for which teams from here. And it looks like it's ref
Yes.
down. Official down,
We
ladies
have
and gentlemen.
an official down.
Official down. But that looks like Vicious Veggie. Gives away, Veg. How you doing?
Sin, come on. Really?
Our veg-powered jammer, ready to go.
Yeah. Here we go.
And Braid Runner jamming for Whenua. Sorry, not Whenua. Oh, no, Whenua, yes.
Yep.
Man, I tell you what, but Veg moving with the quickness.
Yep.
Out in front as lead jammer. Oh, through, kind of backwards, sideways, on one foot. Vicious Veg, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, 4 points for her effort there. Vicious Veg getting on through.
Braid Runner also finally found a way through that pack. Oh, and Veg calling it off.
Got some serious speed about a Vicious Veg. That's,
I tell you what, Veg is one to watch.
yep.
Now, don't forget about the sausage sizzle out the front. It's $2 for a sausage with onions and tomato sauce, mustard.
All the trims.
All the trimmings.
That's it.
Without any of the worries about Bunnings. Now, that is Suffragette out in front as lead jammer.
Yeah.
And Hot Rod still trying to find a way through.
As soon as she said that, Hot Rod gets on through the pack. Not lead jammer, but
Jet back around to the packs. Trying to find a line on the inside. Calls it off.
good effort there by Hot Rod then to get back to the pack as quick as she possibly could. Pick up 2 points.
Now, at a guess that's Nerdy lining up.
And your guess would be correct.
Still hasn't found her webpage though.
If anyone can figure out what the hell we're talking about, let us know, because we know.
You'll win the Not prize.
You'll win the Not prize. It's an awesome prize.
If you know what we're talking about, you'll win the Not prize.
So we get this one underway then. And just like that, getting on through.
Nerdy out in front.
Yep. Lee Jammer, Richter City. And it looks like Paddy Wacker. Number 2-4 there, jamming for
Paddy Wacker.
It is Paddy Wacker.
Yeah, Paddy Wacker off to the bin.
So that means Nerdy has a track then all to herself. Power Jam, Richter City.
Looking at how Nerdy was checking her nose, she might have used it to stop an elbow.
Yep.
Possibly not the smartest thing to do.
Hate it when you got to do that.
Yeah.
Never a good thing. No such trouble for Nerdy on that last pass, picking up another 4 points, adding to the ever-growing Richter total.
Oh, lovely little inside step by Nerdy there.
Yep. The pack now comes down through the back
and
straight away.
Just some lovely support by her pack as Nerdy's coming through again.
It's a good synergy between Nerdy and her blockers at the moment. They just know exactly where she wants to go and they accommodate and they get her through nice and easy. A little bit of a turn coming off of turn 4. Another 4 points for Nerdy.
Whenua Fatales finding it tough work. Really tough work to get past the Richter City defence there today. Well, in this jam, anyway.
Well, yeah, it's been pretty tough all game. And Nerdy's
Well
gets
done,
on through,
Nerdy.
picks up.
Give it up for Nerdy, ladies and gentlemen.
Give it up for Nerdy indeed. 28 points. That is some effort.
Now that looks like Clear the Decks lining up for Richter City. And I think that's Scrappy jamming for the Whenua Fatales. Oh, Clear the Decks with some lovely footwork on the inside line.
Yeah, didn't need much of an offering there to find that gap, and she did so, and did so very well. So the initial pass was all done and dusted. It's all now about a point scoring pass for Dex. And the Fatales, has to be said, giving some decent defensive work here, coming through turn number 2. And giving Claire the Decks a heck of a lot to think about, but gets on through on the outside, gets on through.
That Richter City defense is just rock solid. Scrappy has got nowhere to go right now.
Yep.
Oh, Dex through the gaps.
Nice little outside to inside move there by Dex, picking up 4 points for their effort. As now Dex comes back into the pack. And just that one more blocker out front to contend with. Nice little one-on-one positional blocking effort there, and I can't make out who that skater was there from the Fatales. Good
Dex
job.
calling it off.
Thank you for that. Gotta love audience participation.
It's great. It certainly makes
Especially
life
when we
easier when they
can't
help
see.
us out.
Exactly. Thumbs up. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Couldn't do it without you. The audience and the officials, really.
Well, that's just true.
I mean, the officials do a hell of a job, don't
And
they?
the first 18. Without them,
and the first 18, yeah. Legally.
Well, legally, no, you can't. Doyle, nice hit there.
It's Vicious Veg jamming for Richter City again. Getting recycled a long way back. Long like a long bean.
Yep. But using the inside line of turn 2, Vicious Veggie gets on through. Lee Jammer, Richter City.
Some lovely footwork, just finding all the gaps.
Yeah, nice.
Bad Wolf trying to find a way through as well. Veg back through again.
Yeah, it's another 4 points.
Bad Wolf put out and recycled back. Finally manages to find a way through. Been a long night for Bad Wolf.
Yeah, to play one game is tough. To play two, it's
Veg
old effort.
living up to the vicious part of her name and calling off the jam.
So we then have it at 2:06, Richter City All-Stars 48. The Whenua Fatales with just on 22 minutes remaining in this game.
Now that's... Now I think that's Nerdy. Oh,
Certainly
lovely work by Whenua Fatales.
Yeah, nice.
Loose unit just found a beautiful line.
Yep.
Took advantage of it.
Oh,
Oh, beautiful work by both jammers there.
nice little apex hop.
Loose unit getting held up though.
I was just going to say, loose getting held up on the back straightaway. Nerdy found that gap nicely after that little apex hop. Made the best of her.
Loose ended up calling it off.
Yeah.
Now, I might be mistaken, but that looks like Suffragette lining up for Richter City. Oh, beautiful work between Jet and her team to get her through as lead jammer.
Yep. I think it might be Scrappy then starting off.
Whenua Fatales just struggling to find a way through.
Yep.
Braid runner now in the jammer roll. Oh, lovely. Finds a way through. Well done.
Had to find her way back on track after being taken out by Tough Bickies here on turn number 2. But
how's that? Jet in the bench, on the bench, in the sin bin.
I believe so.
It is.
So a good opportunity then for the Fatales to get some points, because it is going to be a Bower jam.
What do we got going on? Shoulder pads emergency. Isn't this song like, isn't the whole gimmick with the video for this song that there's a whole bunch of girls with big shoulder pads? Robert Plant, Simply Irresistible.
Yeah, Robert Plant. The great, late, great Robert Plant. I think so.
That's random timing.
It is.
All right, let's just take a moment here.
Take a break.
I'll just take a wee moment here to just pretty blatantly run through and thank a few people here. If I can find the first part of my paperwork that tells me who I need to thank. Our big sponsors here at Richter City Roller Derby are Garage Project Beer. And we are also well supported by Thunderpants here at Richter City Roller Derby. And we are also, one of our other major sponsors here is Tiaro Physio and Pilates. Now we also have a lot of friends here at Richter City. Our friends consist of Altair Roller, Karma Cola, Jam here, Form Massage Therapy, Cake It Forward, Hataitai Osteopaths, and Gallery Custom Tattoo. Now, if you're interested in becoming one of our friends here at Richter City, you're thinking you may be able to help us out, regardless of what that looks like, you can get in touch with. You can help us by coming along and selling food and drink, giving discounts on things, providing the venue or raffle prizes. Then please, if you think you can you can help, get in touch via email, sponsorship.richtercity@gmail.com. Now, you can also learn to skate. There are learn to skate sessions here at the Kilburnie Rec Centre on Sunday evenings, and you can find out more about that by getting in touch with freshmeat.richtercity@gmail.com. You can... Oh, wait. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm interrupting you with late breaking news.
We have an exclusive.
This is incredibly important.
Very important.
There are 4 sausages left.
Only 4 sausages left at a bargain price of $1. That's it. $1, 4 sausages.
So you could go and spend $2. You could get 2 sausages, double-decker sausage, and then away you go.
Or you can spend $4 and just take the lot.
Just take the lot.
Just bugger off with the whole lot of them.
With onions, tomato sauce, and mustard. Oh, and bread.
And no onion gate.
And no onion gate. Definitely get the bread, otherwise you're just holding a sausage in your hand.
And
that's you could have a napkin, I suppose.
Have a napkin, you could.
Or you could just have bread. Now, if you're looking at this and thinking you might want to get involved, as well as learning to skate, you could also become one of the skating officials or one of the non-skating officials. Now, as we've said a few times here this evening, we don't get much done around here without our officials.
No.
Our skaters could skate until they passed out and they had no puff left without our officials to keep track of the scores.
Exactly.
Okay? So, if you were interested in becoming either a skating official or a non-skating official, you could make contact with officials.richtercity@gmail.com.
I reckon you get on it. Get on it and help out your local roller derby leagues. Or if you don't want to do any of that, you can even commentate.
Yeah,
Anyone
that's what
can
we do.
commentate.
Basically, you get to sit here and talk a whole bunch of stuff.
So we get this one back underway. And it is then jamming for Richter City. That is a 4-1-2. Clear the decks. And it's a power jam start then for Richter City, so Claire the Decks will be doing absolutely everything she can to try and get as much points as possible, whilst her opponent using a jammer sits in the penalty box. And what the Fatales will be trying to do is stop her at all costs. And some nice little positional one-on-one blocking there. To Claire the Decks good enough to get on through.
Braid Runner pushed out, recycled back as Dex tiptoes on the inside.
And adding another 4 points to the total, growing total. Nice bit of defensive work on the inside part of turn number 2 there from Tino. Making sure
that Richter City defence is solid under Tino Turner's direction.
Yeah, Braid Runner was not getting through Tino at all.
Making life incredibly difficult for the Whenua Fatales to score any points at the moment.
Very, very strong skater. But Braid Runner did get on through. Sadly, no points for her to be adding to the Fatale total.
Now that looks like Vicious Veg lining up to jam for Richter City.
And it looks like Hot Rod maybe jamming for Fatales.
Paddy Wacker lining up for the Whenua Fatales. Oh, Veg just found a perfect gap on the outside and away she goes.
Absolutely, off to the races. Wasting no time. Vicious just getting on back.
Paddy Wacker finding life very difficult. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Veg again just finds those gaps. Slips through. Packs are on the move now. But so is Vicious Veg. Calling it off.
Scrappy so wanted to put the jammer panty on, but not going to be.
Suffragette now lining up for Richter City. Loose unit. Loose unit jamming.
So now both teams are going to go on the offense.
Middle of the track, looking like Auckland and rush out. Jet through as well. Unit recycled back. Jet finding the gaps. Just opening up that Whenua Fatales pack.
So met solidly there coming through turn number 2. Loose unit trying absolutely everything she can to get on through.
Jet back again. Trying to find that gap.
Now the pack comes through turn 3, turn 4.
Oh, lovely work by Jet on the outside.
Yep.
Quick look at the timer on her way past.
So just with Suffragette now going on the defense.
Bad Wolf now.
So
Jamming for Whenua Fatales.
So the
and that's the end of that jam.
Yep. But the clock beat them both.
Nerdy lining up to jam for Richter City.
Fatales it is in with the blocker advantage.
Nerdy finds a way through.
He certainly does. Gets on out front, picking up lead jammer for Richter City.
Hot Rod finding it tough going.
Trying absolutely everything she can. Hot Rod, the Richter defence having none of it. Being hit to the inside, being hit to the outside.
Just recycled back time and time again as Nerdy comes back around.
And this is what Jam is
Tiptoeing,
low.
finding her way around the outside.
Yeah. Nerdy, they're just getting on through, picking up the points. She's having a nice old time, but unfortunately the same can't be said for Hot Rod.
Hot Rod caught up in the back play, just absolutely battling.
And on the outside, no, going through the guts and then through the inside of turns 3 and 4.
Just round the outside goes Nerdy.
Yep. And the triangle work there of Richter City in the back of the pack.
Again, Nerdy just absolutely slicing through that Whenua Fatales defence.
So now the pack come through turns 3 and 4, and still Hot Rod with plenty to think about. As
a little bit of confusion. Not quite sure what's going on.
So
Nerdy's in the bin.
Okay, so Nerdy has been sent to the bin, so the Richter defence are well aware of this. So look what the recycle is going to be well and truly on.
And that'll be the end of the 2 minutes at a guess. Given that Nerdy was lead jammer and she was in the bin, which means she's not allowed to call it off.
No. So as lead jammer going to the bin, she basically loses that. As soon as she goes to the bin, she loses that title of lead jammer status.
A little bit of a conversation going on.
The jam will run its full 2 minutes.
What, this next jam or the last one?
That jam.
The one that just went?
Yep. That would run the full 2 minutes.
Right.
Now,
shoulder pads. 80s emergency.
I think now we
need somebody with big hair and bigger shoulders to come and save us.
And stripes and all sorts of stuff going on.
Okay, looks like we're playing roller derby again. That's good.
So that whistle means we get this one underway. So it is going to be a power jam start for the Fatales.
Scrappy just not quite managing to find a way through at this point.
Yep.
Nerdy, however.
And straight out of the penalty box, straight onto the track, and lead jammer just like that.
Oh, and some lovely offense by the Richter City pack.
Yep.
Means that Nerdy got through, no worries at all.
Yes, she did. So the point scoring pass, the first one is in the bank now. That's 4 points. And as the pack now makes its way into turn number 1. Nice bit of footwork to the inside part of turns 1 and 2 there. Sees Nerdy get on through. It's another 4 points.
But poor old Scrappy. Just so everybody's aware, as of right now, the bar is closed.
It is. No more drinks.
No more drinks. Enjoy the rest of the game, though.
Oh! It's all happening down on the outside part of the back straightaway.
Nerdy calls it off from the floor. Had a bit of a pile up.
Yeah, just
took out a ref.
The base skaters get up there, all right?
Yeah.
And that was number 9. That was general lead dead there for the Fatales. Getting mixed up in all that action there on the back straightaway.
We got a timeout. I'm not sure which one it is. It's shoulder pads timeout.
It's all confusing.
The refs what do you call like a gathering of refs? You know how there's like a murder of crows and a herd of cows? Does like a gathering of refs have like a special name?
Well, they're quite often
it's a
referred
herd.
to as Team Zebra. So whatever a pack of zebras is called, I don't know.
Is it a herd of refs?
I've heard of refs.
I've heard of refs.
I've heard boom boom. I'm here all day. Yeah, I don't know.
I think the players have heard of refs as well.
A gathering of refs.
A gathering?
A gathering.
Gaggle.
A gaggle.
I like gaggle.
Gaggle. We'll go with
Gaggle's a good word.
And
a gaggle of refs.
And the gaggle have broken, which means we're not too far away from the start. Or should I say a resumption. So just a tick under 9 and a quarter minutes remaining. We have the RCRD All-Stars 286. And the Whenua Fatales on 57. Jam number 13 about to get underway.
A vicious veg lining up for Richter City with her panty on her head.
Oh, nice bit of defensive work there, just taking the Richter Jam out, but not to be outdone.
Bad Wolf recycled a long way back as Vicious Veg gets out in front.
That didn't seem to stop Vicious Veggie getting on through. Lead jam of Richter City.
Veg working that Whenua Fatales pack from side to side. Oh, 1 foot and sideways. Awesome footwork by Vicious Veg. Fatales struggling to find a way through. May have done it now as we get the, wait, we've, a little bit lost here, something happened. Veg now coming back around. Some really good offense by the Richter City pack.
Nice use of the inside line off of turn 2. Veggie getting on through, picking up another 4 points to add to the Richter total.
Oh, and some lovely footwork side to side by Veg.
Yeah, soon enough and called it off.
Hey, so you know how if a jammer gets in trouble and they're in the bin at the end of a jam, it carries over to the next one, right?
Yes, it does.
What happens when the pivot is also in the bin?
That's a very good question. I don't have the answer for that.
Well, I think the answer is, at the very least, that it looks like
well, you'd have your jam
the Whenua Fatales are going to be starting 2 down, which would suggest that, given that both the pivot and the jammer are in the bin, that they'll be starting without a pivot or a jammer.
Without, yeah, so it would still go down as a power jam start for Richter. Yes, for Richter. And unfortunately for the triangle of Fatale blockers out the front up here, they've got a heck of a lot of work to do in trying to stop the Richter City jam,
which is Jet.
Jet.
Out and around unopposed.
And slowly but surely, the cavalry will arrive out of the penalty box for the Fatales.
Jet just out and around again. Meanwhile, Bad Wolf met by a wall of purple.
The Bad Wolf gets on through. Not to be outdone, Jet sitting. Going stride for stride, almost down into turn number 3.
Jet recycled a long way back. Bad Wolf pushing and shoving, but just can't find a way through that Richter City wall.
Yep.
Oh, Jet taking a tumble on the outside.
That was a nice hit. Good bit of defensive work there from Bray to run up it.
Jet now through, as is Bad Wolf.
Yep. So again, the pack just more than happy to stick down the far end of the track, turns 3 and 4, just coming through turn 4 now. So
Jet trying to find the line on the inside. Ends up getting put out and recycled.
And Bad Wolf also having a tough old time with the Richter defense.
Fatales trying everything they can. It's another shoulder pads emergency. Now, thank you all for your support this evening, because we've sold out of sausages, which is fantastic.
Good job.
Well done, you guys, eating all the sausages. That's awesome work. Don't forget that there is still the chocolate coin toss down in the back corner if you're feeling like you need a little bit of sweet to go with that savoury that you've been
good mix.
Eating.
Very good mix.
And now we're back here on the 6th of July, where the All-Stars will go up against the Bay City Rollers in a top 10 tournament game.
Nice.
And it will also be the first game of the home season.
Certainly one to look forward to as we get this jam underway.
Nerdy trying to find a way around the outside and the inside any way she can to get out in front as lead jammer.
As she does so often, gets through and makes it look so easy, does Nerdy. So the initial pass is done now. It's all about the point scoring pass. As the pack now gets a little bit of speed up about it.
Now that looks like clear the decks, lining up to jam for Richter City.
Yep. But Jam is working really hard trying to find a way through.
And decks out in front as the lead jammer. Loose unit jamming for the Whenua Fatales.
So, yeah, so wasting no time, clear the decks, getting on through and picking up lead jammer.
Loose unit still trying to find a way through, does so.
Oh.
Decks in hot pursuit. Coming into the last 3 minutes of this game.
Been a good game.
Fantastic game.
Been a very, very good game.
Vicious Veg jamming for Richter City. Finds a way through.
Yeah, made it look pretty easy picking up lead jammer in the process. Did Vicious Veg.
Scrappy put out and recycled a long way back. Vicious Veg through again. Scrappy.
Yeah, it was a nice move.
Still trying to get through. Lots of support from her pack. Oh, lovely work by Veg. And that, ladies and gentlemen, highlights the importance of quality protective gear.
Yep.
Hot rod off to the bin. Veg coming back through.
Nice little turn off of one of the tail blockers there off of turn forward. Gets Veg through for picking up another 4 points.
Oh, lovely work by the Richter City pack there. Just corralling the Whenua Fatales and letting Veg through on the inside. And again, just that awesome connection and communication.
Yeah.
Fantastic work by Hot Rod.
Yeah, I was going to say Pablo Kill too. Offering up some very nice defensive work to enable Veg to get through on the previous pass just in front of us.
Yeah, there's some fantastic communication and teamwork between the jammers and the pack.
Yep. That's team timeout then being called by Richter City.
Potty stop time.
Yep.
So just while they're working through that, I'll take the opportunity to point out that if you want to find Richter City, you can find us on Facebook by searching Richter City. And if you want to post up your photos and stuff from tonight, feel free to tag Richter City in them so we can see what it looks like from your perspective. We're also
Nice.
on Instagram with @Richter City Roller Derby. And I have no idea why everybody's so happy, but that's cool. And it looks like we're about ready to go again.
Yep.
Princess Slayer out in front as the lead jammer.
Bit of a different role then for Nerdiator, being a blocker. Oh, straight away, straight into the action. 197, of course, that's Braid Runner jamming with the Whenua Fatales. Princess Slayer, though, lead jammer, but not to be outdone.
I tell you what, Braid Runner's got some speed. A little bit of jammer on jammer
there we
action
go.
there.
This is what we want to see.
Packs are moving quick.
Pack's moving very, very quick.
Slayer still finds a way around on the outside.
Yeah, there's just too much of a gap then on offer for Princess Slayer.
Braid Runner finding it hard. Getting recycled a long way back.
Yep.
Slayer pushing, shoving, trying to find that gap. Manages to do so.
And it's another 4 points being added to the All-Stars, the Richter City All-Stars total.
Slayer through again. Braid Runner, however, not finding life quite as easy.
Yep,
Taken back a long way by Nerdy.
absolutely. And Princess Slayer's had enough.
Calls off what will be the final jam for the night. our unofficial score at this point. Whenua Fatales 63. But your winners, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Richter City All-Stars. And in fact, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for both of these teams. It has been a fantastic game. Now head on down to the track. Feel free to high five